Hello, my crypto friends. I can't remember getting so many birthday wishes. Thank you very much, but also thank you for all your super thanks. For some time now, Bitcoin's price is going sideways, and I understand that you might be a bit disappointed at the moment, and you're probably wondering when is it going to recover. I've heard some interesting statistics last night that I would like to share with you. At the moment, 562 million people, that's over 500 million people, use crypto globally, and the adoption increased 33% from last year. And if you think that this time last year the price of Bitcoin was 30,000 and now it's 61, I believe we shouldn't really complain too much. Before we go to Bitcoin, let's take a quick look at the month of July. I'm doing this every time because it's important to look at the world map, the mundane astrology, because this map prevails Bitcoin's chart. For example, if there is a major event in the world, this will definitely affect Bitcoin's price, whatever Bitcoin's chart is showing at the time. So July looks pretty positive. There are a couple of times that we have like red days there. I will mention that a bit later. But the beginning of July looks pretty positive. There are many auspicious angles from Venus, Saturn, Mercury, Uranus, and Neptune. And with these configurations, there will be many ideas flying around, strong ambition, and drive to achieve your goals. So try to do your best. As you can see on the map now, Saturn and Neptune are stationary, which means that from our perspective on Earth, these planets are not moving, thus making them very powerful. But they both have challenging angles to Bitcoin. I'll explain this in a moment when we look at Bitcoin. There is a new moon in Cancer on the 5th that looks pretty positive, but with lots of secrets being relieved, but also announcements. If your birthday is around the 5th, then this will be a year for you that you will have opportunities of making more money, but also if you're single, to meet someone new. July looks quite positive, but from the 12th and for a few days, things change. These are the red days. And I'm saying that because Mars-Uranus conjunction plus the Sun and Chiron are in a challenging aspect. But also at the same time, we see Venus and Pluto angle. All these show unexpected events and disruption and unrest in general, but also in the market. Well, the fighting spirit is increased with the planet of action Mars in a conjunction to the planet of the unexpected Uranus. And some of you may want to take action immediately. I will tell you which of you should watch out these days, but at the end of the video. After the 18th, things get better. I wouldn't be surprised though if around the days of the full moon on the 21st, sudden news or a lot of secrets will come to surface. This could cause sudden changes in the market in general, the last days of the month until 5th of August. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. And please remember that this is not a financial advice. Believe me, I'm doing astrology for over 35 years now, and Bitcoin is not easy to predict. I could easily misinterpret something and make a mistake. Next, if you like to have your own personal predictions, you can get in touch with me. My email is in the description. I also offer something new, 3-month future recorded predictions for Bitcoin. In case you're interested, please let me know. So since June, there are a few planetary angles that seem to put a hold on Bitcoin's price. That is Saturn-Uranus conjunction, Saturn means many things, but it also means restriction. You can see that on the map. But also Pluto and Neptune are in a semi-sextile to Bitcoin's Venus. This is another long-lasting, challenging aspect. It's not very strong, but they've been going on for some time now, and this will probably continue also in July. But these planets are turning retrograde, which means when they turn direct, we'll probably see a similar situation, but for a shorter period next time. And that period will be from mid-February until mid-March of 2025. Despite these challenges, angles, the first few days of July look good for Bitcoin, with the price probably going up, but it doesn't look like it's going up a lot. After the new moon on the 5th of July until the 10th, the price looks to me like it's going to consolidate, but after the 11th, there are difficult angles forming, and around the 16th, it looks like the price will drop. Remember, we have similar situation in July, in the month. Jupiter and Venus form an angle called quincunx around the days of the full moon, and that's on the 21st, and this will last until the end of July. This aspect calls for an adjustment or a need to make a choice. The choice might be, is it time to sell or buy more? It's between security and risk. There are again few possible indications around the 24th, so the price might go up, but just for a few days, because after the 26th until the end of the month, there aren't any positive angles that show any major changes. And I'm saying that because the last days, there are a few challenging aspects, both in the mundane chart, but also in Bitcoin's chart. One example in Bitcoin's chart is the Venus opposition to Bitcoin's Neptune. Venus difficult aspect to both Saturn and Uranus, but also the Sun conjunction with the South Node, which means releasing. So I wish it was better, but this is my outlook for July. But we all know that better times are coming. As I mentioned earlier, from the 13th until the 17th, the Mars-Uranus meeting in Taurus. Impatience and the fighting spirit is strong during this time, especially if you are born 2 or 3 days before or after the days you see on your screen. You guys may want to take action due to some unexpected events, but the key word here is to slow down and be patient. Try to avoid any risky situation these days. And now let's look at which of you have the Saturn stationary with their Sun. Now, if you're born around these days, Saturn makes a challenging aspect to your Sun. And I'm mentioning this because Saturn is going retrograde and it was not moving much for about a month. So this is an ongoing situation. So you guys, you probably feel a bit heavy with lots of responsibilities and not much fun. But it's also a very productive period. Things get better soon. That's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care and talk to you soon. Bye.